Welcome to Greggles TV Daily. Hope you're having a fantastic day. If you want to order the Galaxy Z Fold 6, Flip 6, or any of the accessories, they're pretty much all ready to be ordered and delivered on or before, what are we in? July 24th. So take advantage of it. It's linked down below. It supports the site as well. So if you haven't done it, some great deals going on. Great, crazy trade-ins up to $1,200 on the Z Fold 6 side and much, much more. So check it out and yeah, get some great deals on some great products. Now let's talk about the Galaxy Z Fold 6 because I see it on the socials. It's kind of getting beaten up in a lot of ways, especially on Twitter and other places like that, Reddit. People just kind of talking bad about it. So we get some good information on that, some positive stuff, and I wanted to go through that, especially this initial review that someone put on Reddit. But first of all, I want to show you a couple of key details if you haven't noticed these yet. Number one, the outside display. We know it's bigger, but check this out. It's actually almost or about the same size as the Galaxy Z Flip 6 display when you open up in terms of the width. How amazing is that? That's really, really cool stuff. I didn't realize it was that, maybe it was like that last year or close to it, but this year it actually definitely is. So that's a really, really great point that you're basically getting a folding Z Flip 6 inside display on the outside though of the Fold 6. So I thought that was really, really interesting. This one right here shows off that the black bars, when you watch videos in ultra or widescreen, I should say, that they are a little bit wider or bigger on the Z Fold 6. Z Fold 6 on the right, Z Fold 5 is on the left, and but I do want to mention it's pretty close in range. Like the video, when I look at the video, looks about the same. Or is the same in terms of the size. The black bars are very, very close in terms of their size. I don't think it's significant. I mean, it does look, I guess, bigger, but it's not so big where I think if someone was watching it, they're really gonna notice anything magically, a magic difference on that at all. So I don't know if I would worry all that much about that, but it is something to know about it. So let's get to this review that this person has had with the Galaxy Z Fold 6 because it's generally positive, and I know not everyone's going to have a completely positive overview of a phone, but he goes into a lot of detail that I think is very important about this. And I think after hearing this, I think a lot of people that weren't thinking of upgrading are probably going to want to upgrade after hearing this. So let me put on the spectacles so I can see even better. And basically it says Fold 6 short review. Feel free to ask stuff. It looks and feels much more premium. It's just amazing. And I think, and I said that before even the phone came out, I think this is gonna be one of those devices that when you hold it in hand and when you use it, the changes are gonna feel a lot bigger than what's on the paper, written on paper. Less rounded corners, wider cover screen, matte color finishes, flat sides, frame, lighter and brighter, unique camera rings. It looks and feels like a slightly narrower S24 Ultra that can unfold into a mini tablet. You already got me right there. S24 Ultra is an amazing phone, and obviously he's saying it's somewhat of a mini version of that. I played with the Fold 6 for more than an hour, and here's my short review. I'll update anything new I'll find. Since you already have tons of images and videos on YouTube, I'll just mention stuff I noticed. Cover screen is wider, but also feels much bigger, and that's something, again, I think you're gonna notice when you actually play with it in hand. Even though width of the cover screen is only a tiny bit wider, it feels much bigger, especially because the corner roundings are much less prominent on the S24 Ultra, and they reduce the bezels and hinge. So I thought that was pretty cool to have that. The color finishes are matte, which I don't know if I knew that one, so that was kind of interesting to me. Previously, only the online exclusives from the Fold 5 Gray were matte and the rest glossy. This year, they're all matte. Even that silver shows more fingerprints than the navy color. They somehow look like brushed metal, matte metal, which is really stunning and looks better than the previous finish, just like the S24 Ultra. So matte finishes on all the colors here. Much lighter, you definitely feel it, and it's very welcome. So these are all things that I expected. When I'm saying these are gonna be upgrades that it feels a lot bigger in changes, I mean, in hand versus than what we've been just reading on spec sheets. That's what I mean by all this. Much brighter, you'll notice it, especially the extra brightness. And yeah, I can't wait for that, because sometimes I bring this outside and I can see it, but I really need that little extra extra ante up of brightness with the display. The crease is less prominent. You see and feel the crease less, but it's still there. You'll notice it when you cross the crease with the S Pen, but less than the Fold 5. People complain about the crease. It's been slightly improved. It's a thumbs up. Rubber on the matte screen is matte. The rubber that sits on between frame and screen is now matte and not glossy anymore. This always annoyed me, but now it looks much better. Well, there you go, cool. It's gonna be matte, will be less in your eyes if the sun's shining and stuff like that. Hinge feels smoother, but at some angles less sturdy. It's easier to unfold and it feels smoother, but I also noticed at some angles near 90% to make it stand. It felt less sturdy and a little bit flimsy. Not bad, just different and unexpected. Maybe it's even intentional, or it's just the unit in the store. I would be highly shocked if they have destroyed the hinge or made it worse in any way. If you've used any of the folds, I started at the 2 and I've worked my way up to the 5 and I'll soon have the 6. They've all gotten better. So I would expect that the Fold 6 hinge is gonna be the best yet. Camera rings are sharp and attract dust and even peel your skin. This may sound weird, but each of the camera rings have concentric rings and they're all sharp. When you touch them or go over your finger, it peels your skin and stay on there. I later found a YouTube video which is mentioned the Shone 2. Interesting. That's kind of weird, but I don't know if that'll affect me with cases, or even with the case. I usually don't touch the camera ring, so I'm not too terribly worried about that. S Pen feature. So the S Pen Smart Select has circle to search like UI. Smart Select is an amazing feature and was there for years, but with circle to search like UI, it's much faster, smoother, and you can select, markup, highlight, save, edit stuff much better. So that's a cool little feature. S Pen does not work on the cover screen, even though it would have made a lot more sense. The S Pen still doesn't work on the cover screen, but at least the new S Pen case is less bulky than the Fold 5 S Pen case. And yes, all S Pens for the Fold work on the main screen of the Fold 6 interchangeably, so you can use the Fold 3, 4, and then 5 S Pen and S Pen Pro. That works with the Fold devices, non-Fold S Pen devices. So don't worry about what S Pen you have for the Fold, it should work. Always on display supports wallpaper just like the S24 Ultra. Smart Select and image creation are integrated into the Edge panel. It's at the top of the Edge panel. You enable it and disable it. It's somehow weird because they're actions and not apps, but Samsung probably added them there because more people use the Edge apps panel. I mean, it's not a perfect review. It doesn't mention everything. He's not saying the cameras are better and this is better, but the things that he was able to notice are pretty much all positive. I mean, there's a couple, the camera ring he was concerned with, and what was that other thing he mentioned? He mentioned the camera ring, and then he also mentioned the part about the hinge being potentially not as smooth, or not as sturdy, I should say. But again, you can't worry about that. You can worry about it, but I just don't think it's gonna be a thing to worry about. So there you guys go. What do you guys think? I mean, everyone's gonna have a different opinion. It's not the biggest upgrade from last, 2 years, but it is an upgrade. And I'm excited to get my hands on it, really put it to its paces and give you a final, yes, you should have upgraded, or no, you were smart not to. But I think the feeling having in your hand is gonna be a bigger upgrade than anything we've read about. Let me know your thoughts. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.